Hello and welcome to Paul's Engage channel. For once you're seeing me and not just hearing the voice. We've had a lovely couple of weeks, sunshine, and last weekend was Father's Day. And as once we went out to Aldeburgh on Saturday, and that was money for the wife's birthday, and we had a lovely meal and a walk along the beach and a few nice people we met. And then Sunday we went to Leiston, which is not far from Aldeburgh, and here there's the Longshot Museum, which is a museum for steam enthusiasts, and it has traction engines and an old 040, and it's a lovely day out. There were some model railways there because it was Father's Day show as well. Only a couple, and a lot of people didn't turn up, but that's as is at the moment because we're obviously all getting over COVID and the lockdowns and everything. And this is obviously June 2022. What did we do? Well, we had a look around. I've got some photographs that you'll see, and I thought I'd just have a little bit of a chat first off, just to introduce some things that have been going on. I'm still working on the layout. I've got some paints, obviously, to help weather and colour in the scenes, and I brought a couple of little items as well. This was thanks to our daughters giving me some money and some books and things, so I've had a nice little time, and a quick search on eBay as well, and I got myself a carriage which I'll show you shortly. But yes, all good and fine. What's been going on? Well, health wise I'm okay, but I've been diagnosed with IgG4, which is one of these horrible little things that no one knows anything about. Apparently it's been noted in the last 10 years, and basically what it does is it's not very nice. It makes your organs swell, and it can damage your liver and your kidneys and basically any organ that is prone to swelling, prostate, etc. It does mean that I'm on some heavy medication for the moment, and it's a 2-year program, so hopefully I'm going to survive 2 years. But anyway, that aside, a little request, if I can, for those of you who subscribe or will subscribe or look and just check to see the videos, I'm trying to build a special train as an EMU, and it was run on the southern region, and it's the double decker. Now, not a lot of people will have heard of it, but it's a bit like the European trains, like the Dutch trains, where you have an up and a downstairs. It wasn't widely successful, obviously, because of the loading gauge and the size. And it only ran from Dartford up to Charing Cross, I believe it was. My dad was a guard on that for many years. He loved and hated it at the same time, but it's a model that isn't readily available. There is someone who's actually trying to build one, and he's going to do it in resin, but for the price that it's going to cost, it's pretty much prohibitive to me. Anyway, I'm going to put in my email address, and if you've got any old stock, damaged stock that you don't want, that you was going to throw in the bin, I don't care if it's been slightly cut up or even no bogies or anything like that. It's so that I can try and recreate it with what's available. So obviously cash is going to be an issue, so I can pay for postage, and maybe a couple of quid here and there if it's not too extortionate, or if you're not asking for too much, let's say. But yeah, if you can supply or give me any, then fine, that'd be great. I'm going to be trying to go around to swap fairs and meets and that to see if I can find any, but obviously unfortunately part of the problem is tiredness and the ability to manoeuvre after a while. So but yeah, that's my little wish. If you can help, great. If not, just continue to watch the channel. Yeah, get some enjoyment out of it, then fine. All suggestions welcome. Any ideas where I can find some bits and pieces, then please give me a shout on my email address that I shall put up on the screen somewhere. And from there on, I'm going to show you what's been going on, and we'll get rolling and see how I'm progressing. Talk to you later. Bye. Right, so starting from the furthest board. This is where the cottages are, and yeah, I've finally got some bits and pieces, so I can do the glazing on these. And obviously the track's going to go here. Nothing's really changed here. This is still to be finished off. This is almost completely finished. I've still got the bits at the back to do, and at the front obviously, where the track goes. This bit, the second board along, is most probably almost complete. I just got to put some other bit of details in there. And as you can see, I've got some old lumber that I've put in. And this is also going to be track. I'm still contemplating about the garages going there. And these are the terraced houses, which are, you know, got a little shop at the end there. Got to put the sign up for that, but yeah, that's almost completed now. And I have finished almost all the gardens. I've just got to put a fence up on a couple of those. The living wall, yeah, I've got some that flock and that I brought, so I've got some stuff to replace that or enhance that. I've taken out some of the old trees and that and put these conifers in, because I think they'll go better. The other ones were getting a bit too daunting. And moved a tree up here, but they may actually disappear and replace those with something else. And oh, excuse the finger. So now what we've got is the bridge. So now, as you can see, I'm taking it off. This is going to go there, like that, sort of. I've got to just line that up again. I've still got to do the water in the lake. Finish off doing the bridge abutments and scenics there. Oh yes, these are the brick walls which are going to go along here. So they're going to just get embedded in there, and then the track bed laid on top of that, so that it stands up and it looks like it was actually built there and not just floating on grass. This is part of the station. Obviously there's another one of these platforms bits to go, so we're going to do that, and that comes, I think if I remember rightly, that goes about there, or will go about there. So we get the track coming up to there. I think that was it, yeah, there. And so there, and then what I'm going to do is just alter this. I'm going to take a chunk out there and realign this to go here, so that the road can carry on, and we can have some line side bits here as well. So that's the 4 boards. And the church, yeah, still got to do, in the grass, graveyard, yeah. So there are me bits that I've done so far, or changes I'm making again. As I say, this one, I had too many of these, and as you can see, I've painted the grey a yellowy cream that they bridges have. Used to live in Strood, and between Strood and Rochester there's some bridge similar. It's got rounded, it's a bit more ornate than this, but they use this sort of German yellow colour on there, and I thought, well, that does look a bit better than plain old grey, and they paint it every few years, and it's, yeah, it doesn't, this needs another coat, but I just let it dry for a couple of days just to make sure it's well dry before the second coat goes on, and it hides, shows up then actually any imperfections in the colours or in the make. Yeah, so we got those. So I still got to do some of this. I'm in an ahhing about the resin, but actually with the weather being quite nice at the moment and warm, it might be the time actually to put a little layer on to see how it goes, and then if it doesn't work, well, we have to dig it all up again. But I don't think I need to dig it all up. All I'm going to do is put a little layer on just to see if it comes okay, and I want to do it in depth. I did see a fellow on a video a couple of years ago, and he built it up, if you like, in layers, and then just added to layers and colours within, mixed the colours within it, and it looked really good, and it had quite a lot of depth in it. I know people using these liquid water stuff and putting pigment paints in them, which work well, I think, but you're still dependent on getting that right colour, and it's going to be one colour all the way through. I've not seen anyone successfully doing the multiple layers as it goes from dark to deep. I know you do paints around the edges and that, but yeah, I'm going to see what I can get done, and I've got the clear varnish which I'm going to try and do it with, but yeah, I'll give it a go shortly. I think it's got to start somewhere just to see what it's like, and then I can make adjustments. So if I just put a thin layer on, then at least I haven't done too much damage. And what I'm thinking is, if I do the thin layer and it's rubbish, and I can just cover over it with some more base grounds to hide the varnish, and then go with the clear water stuff. So yeah, that's the plan anyway. Right, I'm just going to stop this bit here, and I'll show you some of the bits apart from the platforms that I bought. And as promised, here are some of the bits that I've got over the last week, Father's Day, etc. My glue and glaze at long last. This very useful, come in handy. I have been using it, and you can see from here I'm glazing these windows because you can't find any plastic window inserts, but this is coming up okay. It does seem to take a while to dry. Someone may have actually done a bit too heavy, but we'll see how it goes on. Yeah, it's good. That's that one I've done, and this one came out very well, which is the shop. So I've got glazed windows on the shop there, because I couldn't get anything obviously for rounded, so that's good. And this is one of the completed ones. As you can see, it takes a while for it to go completely clear. Hopefully this is going to improve, but if not, I'll have to try again later maybe. So that's been used, and that's helped immensely. I've done a couple of other houses. I've done the restaurant as well with this. One of the other items was this, which is Pear Trees, and this is Engage. It's from a company, TP. I've not heard of them. I'll have to find out who they are, But yeah, £6 for 4 trees. Yeah, a bit expensive maybe, but I like them, and the wife liked these as well. We saw them when we went out to Sheringham, in the model shop there. We liked the idea of them, so I found them locally in local model shop piles in Lowestoft. So that's good. That was my Father's Day present. The other day, a Father's Day present was this. Quality line wagons, Pico, and this is a 15-foot wheelbase open wagon bolster. I have put these together in O gauge before, so yeah, looking forward to putting this together. They're normally pretty easy to go. And another item for the rolling stock, I've got a couple of wagons, so that's another item I shall build. One of the other items that I got on eBay was this, a VR 63-foot Mark 1 corridor brake BCK Maroon MR within region, but it's been seen a lot on, it was towards the end of Steam and on preserved railways now. You see lots of these little carriages, coaches even, carriages, and it is very nice, detailed metal wheels. Obviously no sprung buffers because you don't need them on these. It's corridor, very good condition. That one cost me 12 quid. But yeah, well impressed with that one because it's I've got a Southern Region one and I've got a GWR one, not the same model, but carriage coach for my little layout over here when it comes. Now, one of the other things I did buy on eBay, and this wasn't a Father's Day present, it was just a case of, like a lot of modelers, you tend to find that you need an extra hand. So what I did was went looking for the old Crocodile clips, and a couple of sellers on there. This one I've got 20, 10 black and 10 red. They were like advertised at 5 black, 5 red, £1.99 for 10 items. So I've got 20, 10 of each, which is it was a good buy because I did have some before, but obviously over the years I've lost them, and maybe reutilised them for something else. So I do work in networking, so they came in handy for doing some probes and that. But anyway, so I've got 20 of those, and what I'm doing with them is this. Put a wire on them, and then I can stick them in wood or in a block of wood, and then I can hold items and paint them or glue them, etc. So I've done 5 at the moment. So all they were was just bent under a couple of paper clips because they're about the right size for these, and then brought them together. And as you can see on on the 4 of these, I've put a bit of ink shrink on there so that I can heat shrink, so that I can stop catching my hands on the wire. I've got solder, and maybe put some solder on it as well, but I don't think I'll need it at the moment. But they seem to be standing up okay. And he's all quite sharp actually. You get your finger caught in that and you know it. That is from experience, obvious. So good boy. 4 quid. I've got some helping hands. So those were my extra buy, which I wasn't worried about. Anyway, from the train layout, train model show, It's a flyer for the train and model fair, 2nd of October, Needham Market. Yeah, so I'll put that in the diary. And I've got a few other bits and pieces about clubs and societies. Elscombe was background for one of the layouts that was at the Model Rail Show on the Sunday, and it's quite good. It is a really nice little layout. The guy actually rescued it, and it's now the owner, Harry Wild. He rescued it from a lady who was actually just going to throw it away. He gave her some money and he saved it. But there's some usual gumph that you get from the railway shows. That, and what else is there? Oh, and this is one of the other presents I've got, which is some magazines, courtesy of my oldest daughter, Marina. And yeah, beautiful, usual Hornby. I'm not so keen on that in some respects, but it's good to read. And then I've got Railway Modeller, so yeah, got some reading matter to keep me busy in the evenings. And everything else, is that it? Well, yeah, that's about it. And for now, and I shall catch up with you later. As I say, please remember, please subscribe if you've stumbled across this channel and you would like to see more and get notified when there's new videos, and click on the like button. That will help, and click on the little bell so that you get notified. And yeah, and I shall put my email address on in case you would like to help with donating some old stock that you don't want and you think I might be able to use for my project of building the double-decker EMU from the 1960s, 70s. Thank you very much. Bye.